A dangerous rescue in California. Crews pull a woman from beneath her horse. The two tumbled into a narrow ditch yesterday. After 2 hours, rescuers were able to sedate the horse and then lift it away by helicopter. Both the horse and the rider escaped serious injuries.
Buying a car or truck with anti-lock brakes gives drivers a feeling of security on the road. However, that may not always be the case. If you aren't familiar with how to use the brakes, you could be at risk for a serious accident. Tonight, Victoria Block goes with driving experts to show you the right way to use those brakes.
I was on like a back road and I started to fishtail. I mean, it happened so quickly.
Jessica Shute panicked. Skidding on a snowy road, she thought her truck's anti-lock brakes could stop her.
According to everyone else, they're supposed to be the safest brakes.
But Jessica wasn't trained how to use her ABS, and she lost control.
When I applied my brake, there was like a grating sound. I let up off the brake and ran into a telephone pole.
Luckily, Jessica wasn't hurt. But every year, thousands of drivers may be getting into serious, even life-threatening accidents because they don't know how to use their anti-lock brakes.
ABS isn't necessarily safer for the untrained driver. 3, 2, 1. That's the ABS system, the grinding.
Professional driving instructor Sandy Stevens says many drivers are caught off guard by the startling sound and sensation of anti-lock brakes.
You can feel a vibration under your foot.
Many people have a tendency when they hear that noise to take their foot off the brakes because they think that there's something broken in the car.
And that could explain why anti-lock brakes are linked with an increase in automobile accidents. Highway safety officials found vehicles with ABS were involved in 28% more single-car run-off-the-road crashes than those without ABS, and caused 24% more crash fatalities.
Never take your foot off the brake. Plant it hard and leave it there.
In a panic stop, most of us learn to pump our brakes to keep our wheels from locking. But in an ABS-equipped vehicle, computers do the pumping for you. All you have to do is stay on the brakes and steer.
The car is in complete control when you're on the brake.
The car can't turn when the wheels are locked. ABS keeps the wheels turning.
But Stevens says too many drivers overestimate the capabilities of ABS.
I think most people think that they're just better brakes.
And that could give you a false sense of security on the road. We compared the braking distances of our car with its ABS turned on and off on 3 different surfaces. On dry pavement, there was almost no difference in our stopping distances with ABS and without. On a dirt road, it was even worse. Stopping distances doubled when we used ABS. And only when ABS was applied properly on wet pavement was there a big improvement, helping us stop about 25% quicker.
They're not going to stop you any shorter on glare ice. They're not going to stop you any shorter on gravel.
And watch what happened when we tried to stop our car by pumping its anti-lock brakes. It's a common driver mistake, but one that increased our stopping distance by a whopping 50%.
You don't get the stopping power that you would have if you've left the brakes on hard.
Stevens says the real and only advantage to anti-lock brakes is the ability to brake and steer at the same time.
The thing that most people need to save their lives is maneuverability while they're stopping fast, and there is nothing that gives you that like anti-lock brakes.
So whose responsibility should it be to educate drivers about ABS? Some safety experts say the dealers. But when we took a poll of dozens of owners with ABS-equipped vehicles, the vast majority said their dealer told them nothing about how to use their brakes. Ultimately, it's up to you to read your owner's manual, ask questions, and become familiarized with how ABS feels and works. For 7 News, I'm Victoria Block.